Wakey, wakey.
Feeling a little bit leaner on weight today. Posing, then shower. Let's go. Beautiful.
Did you? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Long time to go that
Powdered peanut butter is unbelievable. It's definitely something I'll probably be continuing to use into the off season because the macros for it is unreal. The taste from it is unreal. And using normal peanut butter will blow my macros out of the park. So this is meal number 3. And then I'll give you the update for today. Post-meal digestion walk. Taking off them steps. Taking off another successful day of activity. So people, that is pretty much my Tuesday wrapped up. Now, as I mentioned, I will give you an update on, how today of the peak has been, right? But it hasn't been any different than yesterday, for example. So today was just a regular low day. It is now 10 to 6, so I'm wrapping up for the day. I have all my check-ins complete. You've seen the leg session or a clip from the leg session that I did earlier. So that's pretty much my Thursday leg session that I'm performing today on Tuesday, just without deadlifts. It was a nice little session, got a decent amount of stimulation into the actual tissues, but I did not necessarily feel I was walking out of the gym feeling too fatigued, which is key, right? Because as per the last week, it's all about stimulation and non-annihilation at the moment. I want to try to keep fatigue low. I've got my steps ticked off now, so I'm pretty much just got to chill for the rest of the evening. But in today's check-in with Brad, so today is, like, Monday is my check-in day with Brad, but he's in San Francisco, so he gets me my response on Tuesday morning. And basically he just kind of confirmed to me that, you know, I am where I need to be, which is fantastic. Because after taking my check-in pictures yesterday, my check-in videos, I wasn't necessarily feeling most confident, which is not necessarily the feeling that you want when you're a few days out from your first show. Okay, and one thing I'm trying to get out of my head is, like, I have a lot of people who are bigging me up. Like, obviously people on this channel are giving me great compliments. People on Instagram are giving me great compliments. People in the gym are giving me great compliments. But I don't want to set myself up for failure, essentially, at the weekend. Because when you are getting so much external validation, you can get distracted from your own internal reasons as to why you are trying to set out and achieve a goal. And the ultimate form of external validation in this case is like winning at the weekend. And I've never competed in a bodybuilding competition. It's my very first one. I could come dead last, right? And I don't want the placing to be something that is going to be something that affects me and affects my enjoyment of the weekend, because I've enjoyed every single week, every single day of this prep. I've had difficult days, absolutely, but I don't want the outcome on the day to take away from my experience of the last 25 weeks. And especially because this is the first one, right? So I have this one this week, then NBF fight the following week, and then PCA 2 weeks after that. So I don't want the outcome of this week to get me down and then affect how I prepare myself for the NBF fight, how I prepare myself for the PCA, because ultimately bodybuilding is a subjective sport. It's completely out of my hands. I've put in all the work that I can at the moment, and who shows up in a day, like it's unpredictable. It's not like powerlifting where I can go on open powerlifting and see who I'm up against. I've no fucking clue. So I just have to be really, really confident with my own abilities. I have to ensure that the people that I really respect their opinions, like my coach, have confidence in me, because, you know, Brad's been doing it for a long time. He's worked with so many really, really good athletes. He's produced like pro athletes, pro bodybuilders. So if he is giving me that bit of confidence, it does really, really does help me. And that is one of the biggest benefits of having a coach, right? Because, like, you know, I am obviously looking at my physique so frequently now because we are in this last week, and I'm in a position where I'm leaner than I've ever been. I'm taking my pictures every single day, I'm taking videos every single day, and I'm almost looking for, you know, change. I'm looking for regression, and that is not necessarily going to be good for me from a perspective of understanding how I'm doing, okay? Because I can't be objective with myself. I am going to look out for the negatives, right? Humans have a negativity bias, and they're always going to try look for the negative thing versus the positive thing. And that's almost what I am looking for, okay? So having a coach there who I'm relaying with throughout this week. So check-in yesterday, I'm checking in again tomorrow, I'm checking in Thursday, and I'm checking in twice on Saturday, the day of the show. So checking in on the morning and the evening time on Saturday. The evening time is to assess how full I am going to be after all my food on that day. So Brad says he does want me to be a little bit spilled over, but by the time I get to the show on Sunday afternoon, I should look more kind of full. So spilled is essentially when there's a little bit too much fluid in the extracellular space, so in between the skin and the muscle, and you just look a little bit softer before you start to kind of look fuller again. Once you increase water intake and you start to flush out that extra fluid, you tend to look a little bit tighter. But anyway, having that coach there, having Brad there, right, to, you know, be objective with me, to take any questions out of this situation has been so valuable, right? Because I coach people, that's what I do for a living, okay? And I know how to get in shape. I've gotten in shape before. I've gotten other people in shape. But I've never done this bodybuilding thing before, right? I've never actually done a prep. Last year when I did a diet, myself and Brian, and we talked about doing a prep together, right? And we thought that I had to be 80, we thought 85 would be my stage weight, right? 85 kilos. I'm set like pretty much 80, 79 at the moment, right? So, you know, this is where kind of having experience in the game really, really does help, because it's not just like a diet for a holiday. It's not just a diet for a photo shoot. It's a serious event. It's a competitive event. So having the expert guidance there from 3DMJ and from Brad specifically has been invaluable, being able to answer all my questions. So I had some questions in regards to, you know, the communication, how we'd set that up. Had some questions in regards to, like, you know, fiber intake the day before. Like, you know, should I kind of reduce the fiber that I'm having the day before just to make my waistline a little bit slimmer? And he's just like, no, just like the meals you sent me over, the meals that you've seen yesterday, just stick to them, right? Relax. And that does really, really help, okay? And if you are looking to improve your progress and improve your results, like, a coach can help you so much. It doesn't have to be me, it doesn't have to be 3DMJ. Just get a coach, somebody that you resonate with, somebody that you enjoy their content, somebody that, yeah, you feel that you can connect with, and somebody that you could probably say, you know what, I'd like that person to guide me through to my goal. Because if you connect with them, if you like their information, you're going to be way more likely to implement their approach, right? I could have picked some random coach, but I wouldn't have had the buy-in to actually implement their protocols. Whereas I've been following 3DMJ for years. I've been following for maybe 6 or 7 years. So I've already been bought into all their methods. If they told me to lick the floor, I lick the floor, right? And that's a part of being a coachable client too, right? You want to obviously implement the protocols you're being set out. If you are paying X amount of money per month and you're not implementing the protocols, well, you really have to question, like, you know, 1, why you're signed up for coaching. 2, are you bought into the person who you're getting coaching from? And like, it just would seem maybe you've made the decision to get coaching or set out on a goal a little bit prematurely, you know? But having guidance is fundamental. Most coaches will have coaches for this reason, because while I know all the ways to get in shape, I know all the ways to get strong, when I'm trying to piece that together for myself, I've got 1,000,001 different options that I'm trying to pick from. And then after 1 or 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try this, maybe I'll try that. And how many people find themselves in that exact same situation? How many people in a fat loss phase have found their weight stalling for a week and then slash their calories by 500 to 1,000? How many weeks over the course of my prep did I have weeks like that where my weight stalled, and I had the expert guidance of Brad to just say, you know, hold the fort, right? And just kind of let things play out, because we're not aiming for weight loss, we're aiming for fat loss, right? So if you're looking better in your pictures every week, stay the course, right? And if I was coaching myself in that scenario, I would have probably made a balls of this prep, right? So I suppose the kind of point of this video is to say, like, you know, why you should probably get a coach. You know, if you are serious about, like, you know, achieving a goal, you should get a coach. Like, you can learn a lot, you're going to achieve your goal a lot quicker, and you're going to have a lot more peace of mind. It's going to be a way less stressful experience. So yeah, Brad has done so much for me, and I really, really appreciate everything that he's done, like, over the course of the last, like, 6 months. And, you know, like, will I stay on as a 3DMJ athlete after prep? I will be for like 3 months at least, because that's in their protocols, because they want you to essentially be taken care of post prep, right? In terms of getting back to a healthy body weight and not getting an eating disorder. But after that, will I stay on? I don't know, but I can definitely see myself working with them again in the future. And if you're looking to get into natural bodybuilding, I'd highly recommend them. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this video off here. I'm gonna spend the rest of my evening editing this video and chilling, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow's video is probably going to be my refeed food, and then we'll see what the rest of the week entails, okay? So that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to talk to you tomorrow.